I'm back, y'all. But I had to step out because I just had to make a few preparations for what I'm about to say next for part two. But here it goes. So, anyways, let's say if you have a disability like autism, in a wheelchair, going through, or you probably having multiple personalities or bipolar, whichever medical condition you have, and you go through so much, but then a person who claims who's a religious group, let's say Christian, comes along and like trying to say how you doing, and you tell them, and people hate me, they don't want to be around me because I'm such and such. No one wants to be my friend. No one's helping me out. And that person has the cojones to say, well, it's your fault that you're this way, and it's pretty much God's, your condition is God's punishment for whatever sins you committed. First of all, how in the blue devil would you know that having a disability is God's curse? Did you even have the time to talk to that person? Or you just want to throw out your beliefs so much that you are pretty much blind to the other person's needs? And that is that's straight baloney, man. I mean, that's pretty much the problem I have with how people treat each other in America, and in particular how so-called religious people treats other people who's different from them. It's like they quick to point fingers, they quick to cast stones, but they don't get the time to, they don't, excuse me, they don't want to take the time to really get to know that person and try to help them out and show them love no matter what. That's the problem with the world. No love, plenty of hate, plenty of judging, not a lot of understanding. And also, since I'm in a good mood, I'll about to tell you the story about the Jesus healing a blind man, and it's found in John 9. But pretty much how it starts, Jesus pretty much travels around the known world, or mostly Israel, helping people, healing people, and teaching people about the scriptures and what they really mean. So one day he came across a blind man, and as usual, we had like people wondering, how can you heal a blind man? You don't have the power. Or why this man that way? But so I'm about to really focus on the first three verses of John, just to solidify my point. Alright, start at verse 1. As he went along, he saw a blind man from birth. His disciples asked him, Rabbi, who sinned, is this man or his parents, that he was born blind? Neither this man nor his parents sinned, said Jesus, but this happened so that the works of God might be displayed in him. And I'll fast forward to verse 35 to 41. And this happened right after like Jesus healed the blind man, and the blind man was trying to say, it's God's work. Now, no, you know, something demonic, but it's actually God's work. But then Jesus pointed out some of the Pharisees' spiritual blindness, and it goes like this, starting at verse 35. Jesus heard that they had thrown him out, and when he found them, he said, "Do you believe in the Son of Man?" "Who is he, sir?" the man asked. "Tell me so that I may believe in him." Jesus said, "You have seen him. In fact, he's the one speaking with you." Then the man said, "Lord, I believe," and he worshipped him. Jesus said, "For judgment I have come into this world, so that the blind will see, and those who will see will become blind." Some Pharisees who were with them heard him say this and asked, "What? Are we blind too?" Jesus said, "If you were blind, you will not be guilty of sin. But now that you claim you can see, your guilt remains." And so I think the two main parts to focus on is like the first three verses. If he was Jesus, aka God, basically, people says that, you know, it's not the sins that cause a person to be disabled. I already created that person to be that way, so my works will be shown through him or her. I already had a plan, and also I can even go further and interpret it as God wants to use people with disabilities to help build it to help others as well. But to say that's a curse, come on now. Especially when you see countless numbers of people with disabilities doing amazing things in the world. I mean, that's to say you can't do anything, you cursed. Slap in the face. And also, second part, the sad statement about, you know, I'm disabled, I'm cursed. And no, I'll backtrack. The problem with people telling people with disabilities, well, you cursed, you're helpless, and all, is that people who say such things are blind themselves, like mentally blind and emotionally blind and spiritually blind, because they can only focus on what they hear or what society tells them how to approach disabilities, instead of open up their eyes to actually see the person and what he or she's trying to accomplish. Ain't nobody, and instead of helping the person achieve his or her dreams, you want to shoot him or her down. And it comes back to, it'll come back to haunt you if, if you just continue to bash other people's weaknesses but not address your own. For we all have some type of weakness. You do, I do, our parents have weaknesses. Heck, even the President of the United States have weaknesses. We all have shortcomings, but the point is not to say, go to hell because you can't walk or because you can't speak like a quote unquote normal person. No, no, no. But instead, encourage, lift up people, help people, and at least get to listen to the person and understand them before you make a judgment. Instead of just going and judging, that's not gonna give you. It's not gonna do you any good service if you just speak before you think. Because trust me, he'll bite you right back in the butt. And you won't like it. So, in conclusion, before you judge, understand people, and whether you disagree with the person or not, love them anyways, and help them, and help them or help each other succeed. Help each other to be spiritually stronger, emotionally stronger. Help each other like change the world. Don't bash disabilities at all. That's all I gotta say. Peace.